All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, we got Ace here. We're talking basketball today. Why are we talking basketball here in Sports Blab? Because the NBA playoffs are right around, are upon us, actually. They're not right around the corner. They're upon us. They have begun. And I've got Ace here, who is a basketball player. How tall are you, Ace?
6'2", 6'3".
And what's your reach?
8 feet.
8 feet, so you can touch the ceiling. I cannot do that. Put your hands up, Ace. Look at his hand compared to mine. That's why he plays basketball and I just watch it. So, Ace, fill me in. Tell me about the NBA playoffs. Who's going to win? Who's got the edge? I don't know as much as you know. Lay it on me.
I would say that obviously most of the number one seeds are looking to win. OKC Thunder, they're looking amazing this season, especially with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And their whole team is just looking really solid this year.
Who else they got on the team besides Alexander? Why are they so good? I know they're young, the Thunder. By the way, do you know, how do you say the guy's name on the Thunder?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Do you know that he is the cousin of the Minnesota Timberwolves player, Alexander?
Along with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they also have Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren, which are really the three driving players that really bring that roster together. They are a young roster. They show a lot of potential. They put up points. And I think they're going to sweep Memphis right out the park in this first. And
they wiped them off the map in that first game, correct? Like 125 to 75 or 78 or whatever. It was a huge margin.
Most people turned off the game at halftime, so I think it's what's going to happen most of the series.
And isn't Holmgren like 7-1? And he's a Minnesota boy too, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, he's a Minnesota boy. Yeah, he's like 7-1. He looks skinny, but he's a beast in terms of shooting, alley-oops, blocking, defense, etc., etc.
But I think we do have some upsets of the playoffs this year. For example, I think the Clippers are going to beat the Nuggets considering they just fired their head coach.
Right, and their GM.
So I don't think they're going to have quite enough firepower to beat the Clippers.
How about the Warriors? Who are the Warriors playing?
The Warriors playing the Rockets. They are the number 2 seed. But I do think they are going to win against the Rockets just based on it's Steph Curry,
Jimmy Butler, Draymond
Green. And for most of the season, they didn't have Jimmy Butler. So if they had Jimmy Butler at the beginning of the season, they would be higher up on the picks. But right now, for Rockets Warriors, I'm picking Warriors to win that game.
And didn't the Warriors win the first game already?
They did win the first game already.
I think there's some controversial ref calls, but we won't judge the ref calls here. And then Timberwolves, Lakers. Timberwolves smashed the Lakers. Lakers, aren't they like the 4th seed and we're like number 7?
They are the 3 seed.
And what are we seed?
We're the 6th.
6, so 3 and 6, but we demolished them in LA. We played a very physical game, right? Nobody on our team got too many points, but was consistent across the board.
Right.
And then defense.
It really shows we can outplay these Lakers. I mean, Anthony Edwards, our supposed star player from everyone else outside of Minnesota, only dropped 19 points off of like 8 for, I think, 14 shooting. So he didn't do too great, but our team still won because we have that teamwork. We have well-rounded players. Sure, Luka Doncic dropped 37, but again, they lost. You know, it just
right,
really
and they got demolished. And we shut down LeBron. He only got, what did he get, like 16 points or 19?
19 points.
Which is nothing for LeBron.
Right.
And the other thing is, it seems like the Timberwolves, we have a pretty strong bench, right?
Right.
People that can come off the bench.
Right,
DiVincenzo.
Alexander Walker.
Right, yep. Nas Reed comes and goes, starts, comes back, goes. Yeah, so we got a well-rounded team. Now, can we keep this up?
Let's go to the East, I think, now.
East, okay. Lakers are going to try to make a comeback. LeBron knows how to win. So does Doncic, so we got to be aware of that.
We have Cavaliers versus the Heat. I think it's going to be a clean sweep. They were the number 1 seed, and they were the best. They had their franchise wins without LeBron on their team. So I think that the Cavaliers will go far in this tournament.
Because they were they the number 1 seed in the East?
They were number 1 seed overall, everything.
Everything, even over the Thunder?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Wow. All right. Yeah, those are the 2 best teams in the league based on regular season.
So, I mean, they've got Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley.
See, these are names I've never heard of yet. The thing, is it fair to say they have great chemistry?
Yeah.
They work together. They don't have like a name that's like a LeBron James type name anymore, but they work together.
I would say Donovan Mitchell is one of those names that are pretty big.
Okay.
But again, they do have a well-rounded roster, and I think they will go far in this tournament.
How about the Celtics? Celtics won decisively in that first game.
Celtics first Magic. They destroyed the Magic in their first game, and I think they're going to 4-0 sweep this team. Then, I mean, the Magic don't really have much going for them. They got the 7th seed because the East is kind of a little bit of a softer, more easy league. But I do think the Celtics will sweep this team, considering they are the number 2 seed.
And who do we got? What are the other games?
We got Knicks Pistons.
Oh, that should be a good one. Are they? They're pretty even, right?
It's 1-1 right now.
Right.
I do believe that the Knicks will come through just because Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, they got those 2 players and most of their rosters.
Here's the thing, the Timberwolves traded Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks.
Right.
Who's the coach of the Knicks? Thibodeau. Who's the former coach of the Timberwolves? Thibodeau. Thibodeau loves Cat.
Right.
That's why they made the trade, and he's been having a great year, right?
That is true.
Yeah, he's a dominant player for the Knicks.
And now one of the closer games this series, Pacers-Bucks.
Oh.
They are actually playing as of this recording. The score is currently 33-23, with the Pacers in the lead. Oh. Pacers did win Game 1 by a pretty big margin.
Really?
But they didn't really. Kyle Kuzma went 0 for 0. Did a Tony Snell. He had 0 points.
Is this for the Bucks?
For the
0
Bucks.
points?
0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 blocks, 0 steals with 21 minutes of gameplay, which is like Tony Snell in 1994 with 28 minutes. He did the exact same thing.
That's bad.
But
that's bad. How did Haliburton do? Is it Tyrese Haliburton?
I'm not exactly sure how he did that game, but I'm pretty sure he did pretty well.
Because he's a superstar, right?
He's a superstar player. But I do think the Bucks will pull through in the end. I think this is going to be a tight series.
Oh, you're going for the Bucks.
I am going for the Bucks.
Who else we got? Who else is on the docket here?
That is all the teams in the first round.
Including the Western Conference, all of them?
Yep.
Okay. Well, just for fun, we don't have to. So we've covered the first round, but let's make a bold prediction who's going to win the NBA championship.
Well, I do think the Boston Celtics hold a very good chance to win this.
The repeat.
They got to get to 2.
Right.
To beat the Lakers in the most rings, I believe. I think they do have the most rings.
They do. As of last year, after winning last year, they have 1 more ring than the Lakers.
They do have one. Yep. We got to keep that up. We can't let the Lakers win this year.
What are the Timberwolves, since we're Minnesota, right? We want the Timberwolves to do well. How far do you think we're going to go?
I do have Timberwolves versus OKC in the conference final.
Ooh.
And considering we do have Ants, and I'm pretty sure most of the season we did win against the Thunder, so I do believe we will overcome the Thunder, especially with playoffs. Ant.
Here's the thing I noticed towards the last third of the year. Gobert was on fire.
Right.
He only gets what? He's a defensive guy. He gets like 6 points, 8, 9, 10's a good day for him. He was getting 19, 25. One game he got 35 points, and you know why I think that is? He still kind of sucks on free throws. They got to work on that. But I think the Timberwolves have figured out he's, 7-1, 7-2?
7-1, yeah.
Shoot him some alley-oops. That's how he's getting his points.
Right.
Like Julius Randle shooting him alley-oops.
Right.
McDaniel alley-oops, Ant alley-oops. Just do that the whole time. He's taller than anybody else, and he is a beast in rebounds. So, yeah, we got it consistent. So I always vote for Minnesota teams. This is the Timberwolves year. I don't care who they play. Celtics, Thunder, Cleveland, bring it on, baby. We're going to win it all. Anything else to say?
Any
final thoughts? That's my final thought.
That's my final thoughts, too, I think.
Okay. Sports Blab, over and out.